And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD-2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
All right, welcome in. And let me just say this. If you're a Phoenix sports fan right now, you don't need coffee. You need a therapist. And you need a heartbeat monitor. Because last night, the Suns win 99-98. I'm not even sure that was a basketball game. Felt like you're like in an escape room, right? I mean, Golden State's up 14. Booker's quiet early. You're like, what's going on? Then he comes out halftime. And he's like, all right, I'm done playing around. He drops 23. And it ends with Jordan Goodwin hitting a free throw with 0.4 of a second left. 0.4. It's not a game winner. That's more like a tax audit, right? And, of course, you had Dylan Brooks and the chaos there, the flagrant foul. The techs are piling up, the technical fouls. And I don't know if he's trying to win games or just collect technical fouls. And then you go to Thursday Night Football and the Rams and Seahawks game. And that wasn't football. It was like a Netflix limited series, right? Because the Rams are up 30-14, Stafford to Kua, game over, except no. Seattle comes flying back, punt return, weirdest two-point conversion you'll ever see, overtime. Then they win it on a two-pointer like it was a preseason game. They all had to go to dinner. They had dinner reservations. So we got the calls. We got the sound. It's incredible. We're going to play it for you. And while all this is happening, college football fans, yeah, one more thing. The CFP kicks off tonight. Bama, Oklahoma. Why wouldn't we add add playoff stress on top of everything else? And then Sunday, the Falcons at the Cardinals. That game has a little football and a whole lot of something might be updating their resume on Monday morning. So, yeah, we welcome you to the show. We got the Suns drama. You got the Seahawks madness. You got the CFP kickoff. You got the Cardinals pressure. And it's just a Friday in Arizona. Welcome in. We're at Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the price, Wright Toyota. Let's get right to the Suns as they win, as I mentioned, 99-98. You had a Warriors team that built a lead as many as 14, and that 14 advantage was early in the third quarter. Then the Suns just kept chipping away, kept the game close. Devin Booker was instrumental in the comeback. As I mentioned, scored 23 of the game-high 25 in the second half. Jimmy Butler was Jimmy Butler. He led the Warriors with 31 points in their losing effort. But the thing that I want to talk about is Dylan Brooks. 9 technical fouls so far. Now, once he receives his 16th technical foul, that's when the suspension threshold starts. Players are automatically suspended 1 game without pay once they reach 16 technical fouls in the regular season. Additional suspensions for every 2 additional technical fouls received after the 16th, so 18, 20, the player then gets an additional 1-game suspension. Then you got the playoff rules that affect this. The technical foul count resets to 0 before the playoffs begin, but in the postseason, the players will receive 1-game suspension after their 7th technical foul. Now, this is a history of Dylan Brooks. He's got 9 this year, as I mentioned. He had 16 last year got suspended. He had 15 before that, and then 18 before that, and 12 before that, 11 before that. So that was with the Rockets and the Memphis Grizzlies. So he has a history of, technical fouls, but I think this management, this coaching staff needs to kind of slow him down. I know we all like Dylan Brooks. We like how, chaotic he can be, but he can hurt this team more than he can help this team.
I like what Coach Ott said. He said, look, you can take it to the edge, but you can't go over the cliff. And I thought that was such a great statement that, hey, look, yeah, I understand what you're doing, but don't take it over the edge, because if you go over the edge, over the cliff, you bring the whole team with you. I mean, there was no reason for him to go flying by Steph Curry and get him in the gut as he put that 3-point shot. There's no reason. You can go fly by him and just get out of the area, but there was no reason for that. I mean, I'm just like, it's kind of like, I get it. You want to set the tone, but you just can't touch these guys, especially on these 3-point shots. And give him credit. I mean, he's a hell of a player. He and Booker are leading scorers, and we just got to be careful. I think Jordan kind of said that in a way of we just got to be careful. Love the aggressiveness, love the setting the tone, which he does. And I think that's great that he does that. But I think he kind of led the charge in that fourth quarter as well too. But it was a very sloppy, ugly, gritty game. But they came back and won it. Got a couple key shots. And to your point, Book got hot at the right time. But for Dylan Brooks, I was wondering where that threshold is. So it's 16 during the regular season.
Even during the broadcast, Kevin Ray made a point to say, hey, that's 9. 16 is where the suspensions start after 16. So
we're not even at Christmas yet.
I know. I'm concerned about that because what happens is the other teams that are playing the Suns know that he's got 9, and they're going to push him. You don't think when the next Saturday night, tomorrow night, when they play Golden State, they're not going to kind of push that? And then when they get the Lakers, LeBron's going to push that. So I just hope that he can get it under control, but history shows he can't. So this is what we have as Suns fans, and we're going to have to just accept it.
And unfortunately, Roc, you're correct. Yeah, he just can't temper his enthusiasm in a good way. I love the enthusiasm, but you got to be smart. I mean, there were so many. I can remember guys in the National Football League that were late hitters, or they would spear guys back in the day with their helmet. Now, they didn't have the rules. They'd flag. You'd get a great stop, but you know how one of your defensive guys spear the running back, just stopped him. It's 3rd and 8. You get a penalty. It's a personal foul. Drive continues. All of a sudden, they go down, get a field goal, game, set, match. They win the game. I'll never forget that. And Coach Knox said, look, guys, love the enthusiasm, was our head coach in Buffalo, but you got to be smart. You got to keep your poise. So to understand that your over-aggressiveness is going to hurt us versus help us.
How do you remember that?
Oh, God. I
can't even remember any of my coaches at any point in my career, or even like professors or even my parents sitting down and remembering them to the word.
You know what?
I mean, there's no way you're remembering this. I think you're just making it up.
I remember because when you're playing pro ball and you're you always felt like I was trying out.
But it was the 70s.
Exactly. But Chuck Knox.
How can you remember that far back?
Well, because I remember every day, rookie year, second year, the year I got cut. I remember all that stuff. And the reason why the Chuck Knox-led Rams were so out the playoffs, or our Buffalo Bills went to the playoffs, was that smart, aggressive, but smart. Keep your poise. Don't do anything that's going to come back to haunt you. And those are his words to everybody on that team. And number one, I should say, take care of the ball, be smart with the ball, but just understand where you're at. And I think the other thing that really stood out was understand where you're at during the game. At the end of the game, Dylan Brooks, 2 games in a row, he's had issues at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I remember Chuck saying the same thing. It could cost him.
It did the first game.
And you just don't want to be that guy. We always say, don't be the guy. Don't be the guy that costs penalty or costs this or turnover, or don't be the guy that's going to cost you a game.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember that stuff.
We're going to get into the Thursday night game during our replay rewind, which is coming up in just a few minutes. But something new that I'm going to start doing is just outrageous headlines. Okay, and I have 2 that I want to share. The first one was it was in the Spun, and it said NFL fans concerned for Troy Aikman's safety this Friday. That was the headline. Chris Russo, who you watch on television, he's got Mad Dog, opened his show, and he's kind of basically doing like what I did, just basically setting the table, right? And he said Troy Aikman has passed as far as guest opportunities are concerned. That's all he said. The internet went absolutely nuts on him, thinking that he died because of how he said it.
Oh, I got you.
But if you listen to the whole context, it's my point of many of you, and I'm one of them, you read a headline and it sucks you up, and that headline just makes you go down that road.
Sure.
Well, you hear Troy Aikman has passed, ... as far as guest opportunities are concerned.
Yes.
Because he was going to be on there. He was going to be on the show. Yeah. It didn't happen.
You're right. Read the whole thing.
Yeah. And then the next one, Arch Manning reportedly taking a pay cut to stay at Texas. That alone is outstanding. And if you've seen this, I know it's been reported, but the Texas Longhorns quarterback, Arch Manning, is agreeing to take a pay cut or reduced revenue share for the upcoming season as part of his decision to remain at Texas rather than enter the draft. What are we getting to? I mean, college players taking pay cuts.
It doesn't sound right, does it? It doesn't sound
No,
right.
that's why the headline just kind of jumped at me.
And the thing that it's interesting that Texas, you would think, why? Because don't you have all the money? The other thing I kind of took reading the articles, he wanted to distribute some of that money to some other players to go get the players, which I get it.
Like a quarterback does in the NFL.
Yeah, but
because of salary cap.
I looked at that.
Not because you're playing college football.
You got college, and he's taking a pay cut. How far we've come. It's totally out of sync. It's a mess. And when you got a guy making, $6.5 million per year, kicking some of that money back, like as if he was Tom Brady, renegotiating his contract, he'll get some free agents when he's with the Patriots. He did that several times.
All right, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question today. What is the must-watch playoff game this weekend? Is it Bama at OU tonight, James Madison at Oregon, Miami at Texas A&M, or Tulane at Ole Miss? You can hit up our social media outlets, which of course is X, Instagram, and they're all up on that. You can check it out. But coming up next, it's our replay rewind. Jordan Goodwin at the line, 0.4 of a second, and the Suns steal one from the Warriors. We got the call, we got the locker room in, the chaos, plus some sound from the last quarter of last night's awesome Thursday night game. That's all coming up next year on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, as we are live from Wright Toyota right here on ESPN Radio Phoenix.
The biggest game of the year is coming, and at Backyard Desert Ridge, it always sells out. Lock in the best seat in the house now. Reserve your table today and pick the perfect spot, right in front of the massive LED wall or surrounded by more than 50 high-def TVs. Great food, ice-cold drinks, and wall-to-wall action so you don't miss a single play. Every year fills up fast, and once it's gone, it's gone. Don't wait. Swing by Backyard Desert Ridge and secure your big game seat today.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky six-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net, personal, reliable, and supportive. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, service you can count on.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
When driving in Arizona, move over or slow down for any flashing lights. Move over for tow truck drivers, highway crews, and emergency responders. Move over for any vehicle with its hazards flashing. Because at 65 miles per hour, a vehicle travels over 95 feet in 1 second. 1 second. That could change everything. When you move over for anyone, you're not just doing it for them. You're doing it for their families. Their lives are flashing before your eyes. Move over, Arizona. Every vehicle, every time. It's the law. Please visit moveoveraz.org. This message is brought to you by ADOT and this station.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. Mornings, it's Bickley and Murata, 6 to 10 a.m. Bickley and Murata, 6 to 10 a.m.
I like Vinny a lot.
I like you too, Bick. Middays, it's Wolf and Luke, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wolf and Luke, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. What's going on, Luke? Afternoons, it's Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m. Burns and Gambo, 2 to 6 p.m.
Gambo! What's going on?
Arizona's biggest sports personalities are on the local sports leader. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
And the guys are live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota, located at 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale. Now back to the guys on ESPN 620.
Dillon steps back, shoots a three. It's up and no good. Goodwin, the rebound. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. Curtis Blair has his hand in the air. Jordan Goodwin fouled, trying to put the putback up. And there will be,
after review, the foul occurs mooted with .4 on the clock.
0.4. Goodwin spins the ball in his hands. Takes a deep bend, puts it up short. Off the front iron, no good. One more for Goodwin to try to put the Suns ahead by one. Jordan Goodwin loosens up his arms, gets the ball, takes two dribbles, spins it, dips, shoots, and hits. Suns take the lead, 99-98. Pajemski to inbound, hucks the ball full court. It is deflected out of bounds, and the Suns win. 99-98, the final tonight.
All right, how about that? Bloomer with the call there on Arizona Sports. Says Suns go on to win by one, 99-98. I mean, that last 35 seconds, Curry hits the two free throws. Immediately after, Jimmy Butler made that clutch three-pointer. That tied the game at 96-96 with 35 seconds. Devin Booker responds with that go-ahead basket. So then the Suns are up 98-96. Curry ties the game 99-99 or 98-98 with two free throws left with 21 seconds left. And then you just heard the final possession there, the missed three-pointer by Dylan Brooks. Jordan Goodwin gets the rebound. He gets fouled on the putback and then has two free throws and misses the first. And you're saying, holy, you know what? And then thank goodness he got the second one, and that secured the victory. All right, let's get to some sound. Here's the coach after the game talking about what changed at halftime and how his team responded when things didn't look very good.
Definitely a second half response. I think we're down 7.5. Easy to get frustrated, especially because you're not scoring the basketball or the offense just was clunky. Their top five defense, they make it really hard to score. But we stuck with it. And even there to start the third quarter, it wasn't looking good. The first couple, they widened the gap. Thought we got back in it. They called a timeout. We responded from their timeout, which I thought was a big growth. You have to put it into the fourth quarter and then make enough plays down the stretch to get the win.
It really was kind of clunky. I mean, they were 10 for 35 3-point land. I mean, it just seems either team really could get anything going. And then that third quarter, the Suns came out, started hitting some shots, some two-pointers, started going down low, somewhat negated the three-pointer, except a little bit later on, they finally started hitting a couple threes.
All right. Then Coach talked about one guy that he singled out who completely changed the tone of the game.
Huge. Great trust in Goody being in there, obviously, and the game, tight game. Love everything he's about, what he brings every single day. His spirit really, really helps our group. And then we wanted to take the last shot, and we were going to crash. Take the last shot. We knew they didn't have a timeout. We were going to crash the glass. Great patience by Book in that when they were trying to double team and get it out of his hands. Shot goes up, and we're going to crash, and we got one, and Goody was able to knock it in for the win.
Right place at the right time, right?
Yeah, it really was. All right, and then finally, Devin Booker says this is becoming part of the Suns' identity no matter who's available, no matter the situation.
I'm sure it's on the scouting report that, we're going to play hard. I think a couple coaches post-game have had comments about it. So, I'm more on the side that we have a lot of talent over here too. The games have been, a little junkyard and physical, but, we have some true hoopers over here. So that's a good combination to have both of those things.
They don't wilt. I think they're really the difference between the last couple of years, this team, like you said, they keep coming at you. They don't fade. Nobody gets to pouting because they don't have the basketball or not. Just a total team effort. And they're doing that. Jalen Green, Grayson Allen was out again. And he's right. Guys are just stepping up. Guys are playing hard. And sooner or later, the ball's going to bounce your way or the fouls are going to go your way like it did last night.
All right, turn our attention to Thursday Night Football, Rams, Seahawks, Prime Video. A game went completely off the rails late and then turned into an absolute classic. We'll start with it's about 13 and a half minutes left. This put in the fourth quarter, this put the Rams up 30-14. It looked like the Rams were about to shut the door. Matthew Stafford, calm, just sitting back, finds his guy once again.
Stretch the lead, and that is going to be hauled in by who else? Puka Nacua.
I mean, the kid is amazing. 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, 12 catches, and Matthew Stafford, 475 yards, 3 touchdowns. A hell of a game for him. And then, at that moment, you're thinking, all right, that's it, ball game.
Match.
I can go turn over to Fox News. I'm ready to go. But no. Seattle needed a spark, and they got it in a quick way.
Tampa Bay and Brady, then beat San Francisco coming from behind in the championship game. Meanwhile, the punt is caught, and down the line goes Rashid Shaheed for the score out of nowhere.
So that special teams flips the game. Shaheed's punt return makes the score 30-22. Now the crowd's alive. The Rams are tight. The momentum has officially changed. But the Rams got the ball. And they end up tying it. So we fast forward into overtime. Stafford again. And again, he hits his guy.
Play fake. Stafford fires. Nacua again. Nacua will take it to the end zone. Puka Nacua, 41 yards.
So that was 6 minutes and 36 seconds. All right, that's in overtime, 37-30. Most teams, that's a knockout punch. Let's be honest. Seattle, they were done, but no. Sam Darnold answers. Pressure on the road, season hanging in the balance, and of course, it was a Buckeye.
Darnold, play fake, looks, throws, caught. Smith and Jigba.
There it is. 37-36. But now comes the moment that decides everything. Seattle doesn't decide to kick and even the score. They didn't want to play any more football. They were ready to go, dinner reservations, but they're going for the win. So they decide to go for a 2-point conversion, and this is how it ended.
Warner in motion. Darnold throws, caught for the 2 points. Erik.
What an improbable comeback.
Who? Erik, who? Where did he come from? You know what? What a very well-designed 2-point conversion that was. He looked right. Sarber's in there looking to block like max protection. Everybody goes left. The twins to the right go to the right side. He just kind of sneaks out over the middle. He's wide open. And I'm going to give Sam Darnold credit for looking off to the right, looking right, then coming back to him down the middle. And another thing to give Sam Darnold credit for, to shake off those 2 interceptions, both of them going down the field for scores, to shake that off, to come back in overtime, right before overtime, to tie that bad boy up, then come back and tie it up again and get the 2-point conversion. So Sam Darnold shaking off the ghosts of the past, if you will, lead that team for the victory.
So Seahawks, they clinch a playoff spot. They move into the NFC's number 1 seed with that win. Multiple teams are jockeying for position as we get into Week 16. Eagles can clinch the NFC East title with a win over the Commanders, while the Broncos and Jags, they face off in a game which has some major AFC seeding implications. We'll talk more about Atlanta and Arizona, because this game features 2 coaches, with Raheem Morrison and, of course, Jonathan Gannon, who are considered strong candidates to be fired on Black Monday after the season.
And you got the running back core for Atlanta in full force and effect. Looks like Langdon's going to come back, so they're going to have their running backs. Kirk Cousins, you got the offensive line. Looks like they're pretty healthy. And then the tight end, that kid's having a –
I don't think it matters. They've only scored 30 points one time this year, and it was Week 4.
And
I mean, they cannot score. They're averaging 20 points a game. They're in the bottom half.
They might have got
the Cardinals if the Cardinals don't win this game, then you fire the staff.
Yeah, I would agree.
This is a game you should win.
I agree wholeheartedly. You should win.
If you are an NFL team.
But that comeback by Kirk Cousins, a quarterback against Tampa Bay, you look at the way that they came back. A lot of it Tampa Bay's fault for a lot of missed tackles. But who knows? I mean, you got guys on the side. You got Kirk Cousins, the veteran. If you can blitz the hell out of him, harass him, and stop Bijan Robinson, their running back, or stop their running game, I think that's going to be a key. But I feel, Roc, with this passing game and this defense, they should be all over the Falcons in this game. Matter of fact, we'll catch up with their radio analyst, Dave Archer, at 3:30, get his thoughts on this Atlanta Falcons team.
All right, today's Replay Rewind is brought to you by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck, need a check, make one call. That's all, 602-977-1900. And always at lernerandrowe.com. As Kevin will join us in the 2 o'clock hour after we catch up with the CEO of the Fiesta Sports Foundation, Erik Moses. So also Scott Spreitzer is going to join us today. So looking forward to Scott. He will break down all the playoff games, as well as we'll talk boxing with him with the big fight tonight on Netflix, and then Falcons Cardinals. So we'll get all that. That's all big 2 o'clock hours coming up. But next, we always love it. He's one of our favorite guests, Sean Salisbury, on the NFL chaos and college football pressure. We'll get his thoughts on last night, the playoff seeding, some of the coaching hot seats that are out there. So Sean's on deck. But first, here's an ESPN 620 Sports Center update with Connor.
Live from Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, it's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Phoenix Suns pulled off the thrilling win over Golden State last night as Jordan Goodwin knocked down the game-winning free throw with 0.4 of a second left on the clock. The two teams will face off again tomorrow on the 20th, and that coverage you can see on Arizona Sports 98.7 and always on the Arizona Sports app. In baseball, the Diamondbacks made a move, trading Kyle Backus to the Philadelphia Phillies in exchange for minor league right-hander Tyler McKay. And in the NFL, the Cardinals are getting ready for their upcoming matchup against the Falcons, where a loss could bring significant changes heading into Monday. We're back this Monday for the 49ers at Colts watch party at our home for Monday Night Football, Biggs American Bar and Grill, right in the P83 district at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Tune into the guys 1 through 4, then stick around for the game and take advantage of the great food, cold drinks, and your shot at $10,000. 20 fans will roll the jumbo dice for cash, and we hope to see you guys at Biggs on Monday.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per-person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well-fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
Sun Devil men's basketball is heating up, and now you can build a ticket plan on your terms. With the Sun Devils mini plan, you choose any 6 home games you want, including the biggest Big 12 matchups of the year, Kansas and Arizona. Lock in the rivalries, circle the heavy hitters, or stack your schedule with weekends that work for you. 6 games, your choice, your vibes, your Sun Devils. Grab your mini plan today at sundeviltickets.com. That's sundeviltickets.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, and we've been serving Arizonans for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Lerner and Rowe, it's the way to go. Call 977-1900. 977-1900.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher.
Because when I'm a teacher, I can help kids to learn and chase their dreams.
PI, a defect of the immune system, affects millions of children. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment give children like Sam a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a lot of caring teachers to make school fun. It took a lot of caring people to keep my dream alive. And now, because of them, I can be head of the class.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info4pi.org.
Arizona children enter the foster system every day. If you're a parent, a coach, a teacher, or just someone who cares about young people, then you may be in a position to help. Becoming a foster parent not only creates a positive ripple effect in a child's life, it can improve our entire community. That's the foster effect. To learn more, go to azgcs.gov/foster effect. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Department of Child Safety.
Most pedestrian and bicycle crashes happen early morning or at night. The leading cause? Drivers failing to yield. Since 2010, traffic fatalities for people walking and biking have doubled in Arizona. So stay alert and watch for bicycles and pedestrians. There's no such thing as accidents. Learn more about the risks at azdot.gov/no accidents. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Department of Transportation.
Time for your uncensored and unfiltered view on football and even life. Former NFL and USC quarterback, the QB maximizer, Sean Salisbury.
Salisbury protected well. Rowe can have the first down as he hits Lee, the 49er.
Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
That's right, Sean Salisbury joins us now on the right foot against on here on ESPN Radio Phoenix. How we doing there, Mr. Salisbury? What's happening?
I'm doing good. Doing good. How are you guys?
Can't complain. I mean, when are you going to get out here? I mean, I know spring training is, 3 months away, but we're right across from number 16 of the Waste Management Open. They're just about getting ready to put the couches in, and the bars will be set up here in a little bit. So
I'll be there as long as my invite doesn't get lost in the mail. I mean, every time I come out there, I knock on your guys' studio door on your new bar.
Yeah, okay.
And I can't get an answer. Nobody. I mean,
well,
you guys act like I haven't been. You guys act like I haven't been coming on with you for like 18 straight years now. So,
well,
other than that, who's counting? I mean,
well, I always go to. I try to see you at State 44. I don't see you there. I go to Masters. I mean, I'm going all over. I got the black car already, and I just can't find you anywhere.
There's a big reason, because when I come in, you make me sit with the mere minions while you're setting up some VIP section. I got to beg for autographs and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll be out there. Are you kidding me, man? There's no better place on the planet to be in the United States than with, like that January, February through spring training.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you guys you don't know. And tell me how the bar's going. Let's get to the real stuff. Are you guys allowed to talk about that on your show? I mean, is that cool?
Oh, you mean my bar that I opened?
Yeah, the bar, the guy that's sitting to buying a new Toyota, right? Toyota.
Yeah. No, Orangedale Lounge is doing great, man. It's a dive bar in North Scottsdale. It's kind of like a bougie bar, and we're killing it.
Bougie dive bar, best kind, right?
Yep, bougie dive bar.
A classy dive bar. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, you would love it. I mean, it's free popcorn, and it's just great.
Oh,
we don't have a kitchen.
I'm talking beer and food. It's kind of like it's kind of like Caddyshack. Oh, there's a lake, but the pond's better for you, so I get the popcorn, but I don't get the beer. Awesome.
What's so funny though, Sean, is our number one selling beer. Again, this is North Scottsdale, right next to Whisper Rock and McDowell Mountain Ranch. Pretty affluent area. Bush Light is killing it. Bush Light is killing it. Yep. It's our number one. Bush
Light. Well,
yes.
You know what? It takes everybody back to their guzzling, fraternity and sorority parties with tailgates, and it was cheap. We could all afford it. That's a good thing.
Yep.
So I love
$3.75.
After about the third one, it all tastes like luxury beer anyway. So it's awesome.
Exactly.
Bush is why don't I send you? And you guys don't care about me anymore, but I should be. Oh, you want a Texas beer there? I should be sending you to test it out, see if you want to put it on a keg.
Done.
Do you do kegs in your beer? Do you do kegs in your bars? Or just
Bush Light? Bush Light on draft, $3.75.
Okay,
we have 15, 16 beers. Yeah, we got room for a Texas beer.
What about Spindle Tap? A partner in it. They do a lot of endorsements for me and partnership.
Are we on the phone right now? Are we on the phone, or are we doing an interview right now?
Doing a deal, I think.
I mean, I love it, dude. But see, Manuch, you stick out. We'll have your master's in sports administration. This is an opportunity for Sean. I get
I'm
it.
always working deals. Okay, so yes, in case you want to bring Texas to you, they got all kinds, and then mocktail too. So you might want to consider that. There you go.
Yeah. All right, we'll do that. All right, let's get to the business side of
business. There
sports.
You go.
No, seriously, Sean, let's talk about that. Done. We'll definitely do that in a heartbeat. Let's talk Matthew Stafford. Does it change? Did you have him as maybe your MVP or top 2, top 3?
He's the MVP, and I don't think it's close.
Okay.
When I say close, I mean, 50 voters? I mean, last night did nothing to think about this. I don't know if we've ever had this happen, or it's been forever. I mean, they had no turnovers, over 500 yards of offense, had a 16-point lead at one point. They lost the game, and Stafford threw for almost 460. And they lost. And they ran the ball like 35 times last night and still lost. The other team turned it over. I mean, two really good teams. I thought Stafford was the MVP going in. He didn't, and I don't think he played great last night. He threw for 450 plus. So goes to show you, you're rarely, if ever, going to see the numbers you saw last night and then have that opposing team win. Now, Seattle's really good defensively, but Stafford missed like a little stutter go and it was like a slug or a little stutter go to Nakua, who had like 8,000 yards receiving. That guy falls into 200 yards in a game. But now, best receiver in football, and there is no argument, period. They had Jamar Chase, the most consistent, best player at his position, and maybe the best football player in the league, not named Myles Garrett, is that guy. But Stafford's the MVP. I mean, to do all that and on the road and have them on the ropes, and they just couldn't close it out. But those two teams aren't going away. Really good. I still think if everybody plays their best in the league, that the Rams win. I think they beat anybody. If they all play to their potential, I still think the Rams are the best team in the league, but they'll falter a little bit. But you don't have to apologize losing to Seattle. They're really good. And even with Sam struggling for most of it, came through when it was necessary with a huge win because the Rams have always given him trouble. But Stafford's won. Then we can argue to the Josh Allen, Drake May, Jonathan Taylor was in it for a while. They've kind of fallen off. So that's hell. Myles Garrett, you could put him in the MVP talk because he's killing it on defense. But yeah, Stafford's going to win the award, and last night did nothing to take that away from him. You can't throw for 450 and 3 touchdowns. You lose and take the blame, although he probably will because he missed a few throws that he would make with his eyes closed.
Well, speaking of that, I was just thinking about the eye game last night, Sean, to see him look to throw right, and then throw the ball underneath his left armpit to Nakua coming across on a slant. And everybody and their mother thinks he's throwing it the right because his eyes are over there. The proverbial throwback, no-look throwback, I mean, he does that with such confidence and bravado, and he's accurate as hell doing that.
Yeah. Well, Manuch, and by the way, congratulations. Not only your guy, Brock Purdy, but Tyler Shook, the way he's playing. They're not going to draft a quarterback at this sent. So I know you spent a lot of time training forever, so you're doing a hell of a job with Stafford. You know, everybody talks about the arm angle of Mahomes and his off-schedule stuff. There's nobody with more velocity who throws the ball no-look, backdoor, off-schedule, different arm angle than Stafford. Nobody. And, guys, I'm going to tell you, I think I was on a Rams podcast a couple nights ago on FanDuel television. I'm telling you now, I think he's playing the best football of his career.
I agree.
And I think he's as good now as he was at 25. The ball still, he can throw the whole shot. He doesn't take a backseat to anybody with arm strength. And there's a feel and a confidence. I don't know if you guys, in Detroit, he always had to play hero ball, right? And here it doesn't feel like he has to play hero ball, but he does, because it feels like when we saw Brady and Manning as they started to advance their career, there's this, and Rodgers too, in their mid-30s to 40, there's this command that comes over you where most guys, when you're good enough, and Manuch, I know you can attest to this with all the quarterbacks you train and the guys we watch, is it just when you figure it out mentally and say, I've been in the league 10, 12, 14 years, now I get what they're trying to do to me, you physically can't do it anymore. You can't quite do it. Hey, Phillip Rivers knows everywhere to throw it, but you can see that it's just not going to be the same getting there. Stafford is the point where his physical skills have not waned a bit, and is a mental and emotional of handling, a bad play and moving on and making throws into tight windows, but knowing when to be judicious with the football. I think he's playing better than he's ever played. As long as his legs stay fresh underneath him, there is nothing that tells me the guy's still not playing at a high level if he wants to the next 4 or 5 years. He's been phenomenal, and his numbers are gaudy, even though we don't seem to talk about them very much. He just ho-hummed his way to 460 or so last night. So, yeah, I'm watching him to treat, and that sidearm off schedule, or that angle, his arm angle, he can throw it from any of them, and that's an arm angle you never want to fix because he's really good.
And, Sean, pardon the pun, but did Sam Darnold erase the ghosts of Christmas past with his last couple of drives? the two picks? I mean, Turner dropping off into coverage, and the other linebacker did the same thing. He didn't see him. I mean, I've done that. How do you see a defensive lineman rush, drop off, and suddenly appear?
Well, if you do see him, Manuch, it'll tell you what you don't want your quarterback to do. Watch the pass rush. We don't read. I've never, in all my years of training and teaching the mental side and what you're looking at, have told a quarterback, you got to read defensive linemen in your progressions. You just can't.
Exactly.
You hope you don't run into a Dick LeBeau or last night's zone pressure where your 310-pounders dropping into the slant, the side adjustment, right? And you throw right to him.
Right.
I mean, and it's down there. It's compressed. The back of the end zone inside that 15-yard line is used as a 12th man because there are no deep threats. So it's a brilliant. Chris Shula did a phenomenal job in calling defense. And the one that looked like it was going to be man-free, and he hung on the inside guy, and at the last second, the defensive back jumped the outside receiver and stood in front of it and took it. Yeah, those are things that, while they were throws and interceptions, every single one of us would have done the same thing. We would have, because if that's where your progression is taking you on a read or a blitz or a throw, we would have done the same thing. And think about it. He's getting booed at home. But one thing you know, over the early, when he left SC, he went through it at Carolina, the Jets first, Carolina. He's been booed and told that he was done before. Gets to Minnesota, plays out of his mind after being in San Francisco, and now in Seattle. So the bad part, he's seen before. And he's a gunslinger. He's going to throw you into trouble at times. But he's now got to the point where that doesn't affect him. So it was more the emotional and mental to say he was getting booed at home. You heard him last night. It's like, oh, man. And what's he do? 3/4 of the game. The Rams pretty much dominated the game. And yet you're thinking this game's over and boom, make this play. They don't score and you go down. Yeah, I don't know if he erased it. He was 1-4 going in against the Rams. They've given him trouble. But what it is now there's a new confidence to say, if we face him again in the playoffs the third time this year, I'm prepared more for what Shula's going to do to play me in these blitzes, but also that he can handle any adversity he goes through. It just goes to show you can revisit, rejuvenate, rebuild your career. And Sam Darnold's done it to the nth degree, and I'm proud of him because it would have been easy for him to say, I'm a lifetime journeyman. He's now not only a legit starter, but one of the top half starter in this league.
So our last one in college football playoffs tonight, Bama, Oklahoma, with all the early buzz around the spreads and potential shock wins. Is there an underdog maybe in the first round that at least you think may cover or maybe outright upset them?
I think the JMU can hang around. I mean, when I say hang around, get within 20. When I say hang around, that's because we're talking about. I personally, as much as I love Tulane and James Madison and what they've done, we still don't have the 12 best teams. I know the rule says we do. We don't have the 12 best teams in college football. We just don't. We've got to fix that at some point moving forward because Notre Dame beats James Madison. Notre Dame beats Tulane or whoever behind them. I can name 5-8 other teams. We don't have the 12 best. And Saban's quote about, well, it's like taking a AAA baseball team and sticking him in the Major League Baseball playoffs. And that's no disrespect to a hell of a program. Great play. And same with Tulane. They did coaches. Good coach at Tulane, you're going to do another bigger job, as we've seen a couple times now. So I think that it's a backdoor cover, in my opinion. It's like where they lose by 18 and get the over and Oregon boat races them. But I think you can get close. I'm intrigued with the Miami going to A&M tomorrow morning. Tough place to play. Can they go in there and win? Because I don't trust Carson Beck on a weekly basis either. So I don't know. I don't think Tulane's going to be close in that game. There's a lot of over-unders that I looked at these games that I like even more. The game I'm watching I'm intrigued with is tonight. I mean, is this game with Alabama and Oklahoma. Mateer healthy. Alabama doesn't run the ball well. Now, you know, whether you're dog or not, Oklahoma's defense is nasty. If they make them one-dimensional, the one team, we're talking more about James Madison, about Kalen DeBoer, and are they going to be all in? Is he still considering Michigan? We're talking about everybody, and you know who we don't discuss ever is Oklahoma. They're the kind of sitting in the middle where they're just like, nobody really talking about it. And Venables knows how to dial up defense. If you keep Alabama one-dimensional, even I think Oklahoma's the favorite, but if you keep them one-dimensional, you can move on. Intriguing game. I don't know. Ole Miss isn't losing. Oregon's not losing. I think Texas A&M wins at home. Who am I leaving out in these first games? I got one more. I know who the teams are. Tulane's playing Ole Miss. I got Ole Miss winning that one.
You got Oregon over James Madison. You got that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we missing? The Texas
Tech, Oklahoma, Texas Alabama, over Miami. Texas A&M over Miami. So is that the four?
Yes.
Yeah.
And is there one more? Am I missing one more? No, that's the 4, right?
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
No, that Tech's not playing. Go
we got eight teams playing, and we got 4 byes, correct?
Yep. Correct.
There you go. So all with point spread, somebody's going to get inside the number, one of those heavy dogs, like a Tulane or a James Madison. I don't know. I don't believe any of the dogs are winning the game outright on a money line. I'm more in the over-under part of this, but I think all favorites win in this first round.
All right. More importantly, can we change the Houston Haze and call it Scottsdale Haze and bring it to Orangedale and North Scottsdale from Spindletap?
You already looked up Spindletap, didn't you? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, oh, come on.
Yep.
Yeah, you think I was listening to you?
You know what?
I mean, I was like,
listen,
business.
Here's the deal. In business and in life, we can all be bought and we can all be negotiated. So there you go, brother. Why not? They just put out a great beer because the owners of the place that are he's a Texas Tech alum. And they got this really cool look on Twitter. It's called the Pump Jack, which obviously because of Spindletap and Landman and all that. And by the way, they got a mention out of nowhere. They didn't even know Billy Bob Thornton. If you watch Landman, if you don't, you have to. It's the best show on TV right now. Billy Bob Thornton, he was at the bar and he said, "Oh, what's this on the menu? You got Spindletap on here?" And I sent him. I said, "Man, you were getting mentioned on Landman." So we'll have a good conversation about it. I just know this: the beer's cold, the beer's good, and they love sports. So anything can happen. And he loves golf too, so I can get his ass out to Scottsdale. There you go.
All right, Sean Salisbury brought to you by Spindletap.
Yes,
All right, good
like
stuff.
that.
We got to work it.
Well,
We got to start somewhere.
Somebody, I'm just a mere minion that can't get a VIP seat with Roc and Manuch. There you go. I love you.
Merry
guys,
Christmas. Merry Christmas, buddy. Love you too, man. Have a good week. All right,
Merry Christmas, guys. I'm proud of you. Thanks, man.
Same here, Sean Salisbury.
So that's how you do a deal right there, huh?
It's that easy.
It's that easy.
Yeah,
Just
we
like that.
both learned that in grad school. Yeah, it's like, spindle. I didn't know what, I thought it was Spinal Tap. I was looking that up, and they're like, Spindle Tap. And, it's a brewery in Houston that does real well. And, I mean, we would love to bring on this kind of these different types of beers.
Send that tape to Spindletap.
Yeah, well, I think Sean's probably already on the phone.
Yes.
So. All right, coming up, we got big football stories to get into. Erik Moses will join us as well. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from White Toyota.
The season of giving starts with getting, because Twin Peaks just launched their holiday bonus card event. Buy a gift card for someone on your list, and we'll hook you up with a bonus card just for you. Because giving feels great, but getting rewarded for it, even better. Share the gift of crave-worthy food, ice-cold 29-degree beer, and good times at Twin Peaks. And treat yourself while you're at it. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations. Bonus cards redeemable January 1st through 31st, 2026. Participating locations only.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner Rowe today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the Vokey SM10 wedges, now $159, and Titleist Pro V1, Pro V1X, and Left Dash 2-dozen bundle for $99. Don't forget, we have gift cards in any amount for this special golfer in your life. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963, and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
At Stretch Lab, it's not just athletes getting better. It's everyday people moving and feeling their best. Each one-on-one session is customized to you, guided by certified flexologists who help improve mobility, flexibility, and recovery. Whether you're chasing touchdowns or chasing the kids, Stretch Lab keeps you loose, strong, and ready for anything. Stretch your potential today. Find your nearest location at stretchlab.com.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. Cancer screening tests can help keep the person you love around longer by detecting changes before cancer develops, or catch it early when it may be easier to treat. And many tests are available for free or are covered by insurance. It's time to sound like a broken record. Tell all your friends and family, I love you. Get screened. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota On This Day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
So in all likelihood, Deshaun Jackson's going to at least get a return.
Deshaun Jackson, who has averaged 14th best in the NFL, 8.7 yards per return, has not returned one for a touchdown this year. Waits. And it's a line drive kick. Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Deshaun Jackson still not in and now in for the touchdown. No flags. Unbelievable. No time left. Eagles win.
How about that? 2010, the miracle at the new Meadowlands. If you remember the other miracle in Meadowlands, had to do with Herm Edwards. But Deshaun Jackson returns that 65-yard punt as time expired. It was a 21-point fourth quarter comeback by the Eagles over the New York Giants.
That was amazing to see that. And for Joe Buck to say that.
Yeah.
And return all year. And then he bobbled it. He went, oh, man. It looks like – and then he found his way through and got to the goal. Did he moonwalk back into the end zone on that, bad boys, I recollect? What a return.
Hey, 1990, Bo Jackson's dual All-Star. Yeah, Bo was named AFC Pro Bowl team, become the first athlete ever chosen for an All-Star game in two major North American sports. Of course, baseball with the Royals and the NFL with the Raiders.
You would think if Deion Sanders would have played more, because he pretty much, I know training camp, he was going back and forth to Cincinnati, Atlanta. If he would have played committed to an entire season, he might have been the other one.
And for you Browns fans, I know hasn't been good as of late, but this is good to know. In 1948, the Browns competed an undefeated season, going 14-0, and defeated the Buffalo Bills 49-7 in the AFC Championship game.
What was the year on that? No, the Bills were around 48. It had to be somebody else. They were the Cleveland Rams. I believe it might have been Chicago because Buffalo didn't come around until the 60s. They came in, so it must have been.
So got a bad, it's
a bad AI there.
Can't get too good AI there, yeah. Today in the Myrtle Beach Bowl, Western Michigan had no trouble as they were up 27-0, I think, in the first quarter, and they went 41-6 to Kennesaw State. How about that?
Kennesaw.
What else do I have? That's all I have when it comes to basically on this day. Of course, the college football playoffs get underway tonight. Oklahoma and Alabama. I can't wait to talk to Scott Spreitzer at 2:30 as he's going to handicap this game because I think this is one of the best games. What a great way, to start the playoffs. I mean, Oklahoma is a slight favor. The total's around 40.5. The money is moving towards the Tide. Some are expect this to be a low-scoring game, but then there's experts like, Alabama to win outright and cover because there could be a bunch of turnovers like they had in the last time they played. So I'm looking forward to this.
The rubber match.
1.5.
Yeah, it's interesting because, as Sean Salisbury alluded to, you look at the defense. Oklahoma's underrated defense. And I think Oklahoma's probably one of the top teams, probably one of the most underrated teams in the playoff format. You get beyond Alabama, who's got the experience, but they just don't. Alabama hasn't shown me the juice that they've had this last year. Their running game, their defense, and then Ty Simpson. He's been a little erratic at quarterback for Alabama. But as far as quarterback, hopefully Mateer's good to go because he struggled mightily in that game in Tuscaloosa. So I like Oklahoma in this game, winning this thing outright.
Yeah, at home. All right. Also, Miami plus 3.5 at Texas A&M. Tulane plus 17.5 at Ole Miss. And then James Madison plus 20.5 at Oregon. So that's a massive spread for Oregon. But you never know. That's why they play these games.
You know, that Tulane Ole Miss, 17.5. I mean, Tulane's pretty solid.
I don't know. Did the last time they played it killed them?
Yeah, they did, but I just think you think of these kind of situations. Ole Miss has been through quite a lot. Would you not agree? And Kiffin leaves.
Yeah,
several of the assistants came back. The coach's team, the players were not happy at all. I mean, hopefully that emotional residue is still not. There's not that malaise on this Ole Miss team. If there's a chance for Tulane to step up and have the upset, this would be it. They shouldn't. But I just think of all the emotional stuff that these kids are, 17 to 22, 23 years old. You got to imagine that the interim head coach and this team have got to rally. Fortunate thing is, this thing is in Oxford, and they should be able to win this game. But if there's a game, I'd say Tulane would be my upset, if any of them.
But you talk about what's going on at LSU, but Tulane lost their head coach too.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, they're both dealing with the same.
They are, but I didn't think it was quite as emotional or traumatic.
That you knew Lane Kiffin was going to happen.
Well, you did. But you would think that there was a chance you thought for sure that he would probably be allowed, which he wasn't, to coach that Ole Miss team.
Hey, Football at 50 is brought to you by Arena Sports Grill, home of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They got Utah on December 31st at 1:30. Arena Sports Grill at Bell and 62nd Street. Go Big Red. All right, Fiesta Sports Foundation CEO Erik Moses joins to talk bowl season. As it's a new era in college football, we got the Rate Bowl, we got the Fiesta Bowl, we got the expanded playoff. How does Arizona stay in front and in center when it comes to the national stage? He'll join us next to break it all down. We're out here at Wright Toyota. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B on ESPN Radio Phoenix.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money